Hello and welcome. This is the 3 keys to detach from the narcissist to restore lost power. Hi, I'm author and coach Grace Wroldson. Welcome to my YouTube channel, my Spotify, or my free email newsletter on Substack with a podcast. This is to detach from the narcissist or his games and restore lost power to save your sanity, your kids, and even maybe your life. Are you ready to stop the headaches, prioritize self protection, start healing from narcissistic abuse, and try to create peace? Well, welcome to my work. I'm here to help you detach from the narcissist with some of my tools and tips and strategies. I'm the author of several books. And just a quick disclaimer, this isn't advice. I'm a survivor. Take what's helpful, leave the rest. You can pause this. I'm not a therapist or any professional of the court. If you are willing and ready to learn, I am here to teach and mentor. My background is loving and leaving an alcoholic who I didn't know at the time was a narcissist. And I got through codependency, broke my own heart to break up with the alcoholic, broke trauma bonds. I did all kinds of healing programs and methods and modalities to escape that 15-year toxic relationship. So then I went on to find out in family court that my ex was a narcissist. My second lawyer told me when I said, "Why is my case not resolving?" And, my job as a mom, I felt, was to protect my child from being in an alcoholic's car or truck, and the courts believed in giving parenting rights, and it didn't matter. They didn't prioritize child safety. So I had to find ways and strategize with coaches and mentors and CPS and police and everybody how to keep our child out of an alcoholic's car. So that began my journey. And my first book is Co-Parenting with a Narcissist: 7 Self Rules to Stay Sane. My second is How to Fight a Narcissist in Family Court and Win: Smart Strategies for Success. My third is Co-Parenting with a Sociopath: Survival and Sanity Guide. These are all available on Amazon. My fourth is How to Survive a Custody Battle when the family courts force you to co-parent. I say be willing to learn the lesson. You can learn, heal, and grow through this experience. My newest book is Tame the Narcissist: 10 Keys for Better Co-Parenting to Create Peace and Protection Using Strategy and Skillful Means. So know this will be a 2-part video for you to watch and learn from. Do you feel like the narcissist is terrorizing you? Do you want to stop the pain, heal from hurt and betrayal, restore self respect, gain your sanity back, create some boundaries, or reach a level of acceptance and attain some inner peace? So I also ask you, are you still in this position? Do you still love the narcissist? Our love can lead us the wrong way. If love is a verb, an action, we can stop loving the narcissist who hurts us or causes us pain and start loving ourselves. We don't have to spend our entire lifetime suffering unloved, unfulfilled lives without self respect or self love. We can have shifts in our thinking, beliefs, and mindsets that will contribute to making better choices or discovering our choices. Then, with solid recovery and support, healing can happen for us. We can gather courage through connection with others. We can learn, heal, and grow through this experience. Knowledge is power, so learning our lessons is vitally important to our future and our children. Self-work, like working the CODA recovery program or doing individual counseling or therapy, is some of the most important work we will ever do. Our happiness is on the other side of our self-work and strong steel-like boundaries. A healed heart and mind can give us some of the inner peace we crave and long for. We can pass some of our peace, strength, and wisdom onto our children. We can move on after we have accepted our freedom, cultivated a mind full of gratitude, and grieved our losses. Are you still attached to the narcissist? If you're a woman who used to love a narcissistic man, you may still be toxically attached via trauma bonds. You may have an unhealthy attachment to your co parent, which makes you focus on him more than you do your kids. You might be comparing your life to his or watching his life and feeling jealous. Be careful not to get caught up in these behaviors, or you risk an unhealthy obsession that can only bring you down and be a source of more pain. We have to grieve our losses and fully and accept necessary endings. Wisdom says we need to detach from the narcissist to focus on our child or children. As you know, not all relationships survive years of pain and betrayals. The fact is, not all relationships are worth saving. Some relationships actually need to end and dissolve because it's unhealthy for both people to continue. Know that it's humanly impossible to get normal, healthy, stable relationships from a personality disordered person such as a narcissist. No, our reaction to their abnormal behavior is not the biggest issue. Their concerning behavior, their abnormal behavior is the main issue. Is it time to get real with yourself about your past relationship? Did you codependently collapse your life into the narcissist's life and his problems? Did you lose your life when you entered his? Are you ready to step into self-saving solutions? You hold the key. Wisdom says choice is our power, so choose carefully and exercise your power. What becomes painfully clear is that when we attach to something like the narcissist, we suffer. Even Buddha taught this principle. Sometimes we consider our relationship like an investment that needs to pay out and benefit us since we put so much hard work into it. Sometimes we honor vows to our partner over the responsibility to ourselves to self protect. Rather than admit the relationship with a narcissist has become unhealthy, we argue with ourselves to stay, citing how many years we have invested in a person. We have built a dream and entangled our lives, families, holidays, and living situations with the narcissist, making it hard to walk away from those precious years of our lives. But we have to wake up from this dream. In reality, a life with a liar or a false self, an image the narcissist creates to lure victims for attention, isn't real. You might be so afraid to do the right thing for yourself because the narcissist has instilled the fear of missing out in you. We might be afraid of the loneliness we will face. We might be terrified to end up alone and heartbroken. We might be afraid that we will never recover. We might think that we can't make it financially on our own. Many of us even fear the social shame and stigma of relationship failure. The truth is that sometimes things, especially dysfunctional things, need to fail. Failure can be a gift. Some things in life actually need to fall apart so we can rebuild them from scratch with better material. Sometimes we need to reinvent ourselves and change our lifestyle, career, and life goals. Sometimes the foundation under our feet is too unstable and we need to stand elsewhere. I say, sure, you love a narcissist, but is it time to love yourself more? I had to break my own heart to break up with the narcissist that I was, quote unquote, in love with. I was really breaking up with a dream I held for future happiness. I created a whole fantasy family and perfect life in a daydream that I was hoping for. Mistakenly, many of us claim ownership of the narcissist and the relationship and feel it's our job to fix everything, including him. But is he really ours, or does he truly belong to himself? Are we even able to fix another person? If we fix the narcissist's life temporarily, doesn't he live his life and ruin things again? As a result of being over responsible, we may suffer a complex blend of compulsions to fix, save, rescue, obsession of the narcissist, unearned guilt, and face our cognitive dissonance. This can be internally complex, and we may argue both sides of staying or leaving. Our faulty thinking leads us into confusion and can paralyze us in a way from making healthy new decisions. Overthinking can be a stumbling block. We may just have to choose what's healthy for ourselves and our children and keep it that simple. Detachment is a form of separating. So we get a chance to see the situation, relationship, co parenting dynamic clearly. We get to see ourselves clearly. Wisdom says we must detach from the drama, trauma, and chaos that the narcissist stirs up for our sake and our children's. Wisdom says we must detach from any injustice and unfairness as a result of being involved with a narcissist. Wisdom says we must detach from his tricks, traps, tactics, antics, and games so it loses its power to upset us and sidetrack us. We have to become reasonable and start applying common sense and logic to our lives and past relationships. Having unreasonable expectations of a selfish, unreliable narcissist leads us deep into disappointment. Caving into compulsions to be the narcissist's caretaker often leads us to more disappointment and an intense focus on him. By focusing on the narcissist so much, we lose sight of ourselves completely or our children. Allowing ourselves to cave into codependency is more than just a bad habit. It becomes an unhealthy pattern in our subconscious minds and then runs our entire lives. We come up against ourselves when we need to make serious changes in our lives. Some of us might even have to face problematic trauma bonds, love addiction, and our lingering childhood abandonment fears, all of which can be very tough to break free from. The pain of the empath narcissist relationship that's gone on too long can turn into a new pain filled normal, quote unquote. We may feel seriously stuck. We may be in so much fear and pain that we can't face the death of the relationship, even though the love has died years ago, and even if there's so much disrespect. Sadly, what started out as living our lives, quote unquote, in love with the narcissist can turn into living in hate of ourselves. As we spend all of our energy thinking about the narcissist in our life, we often don't see what's happening to us. We matter even if we don't matter to the narcissist. So, we need some focus on ourselves. If love is a choice, we can stop loving the narcissist to our detriment the way we have been loving him and start loving ourselves. This is a personal revolution. We can love ourselves to a happy life, but it starts with detachment. Detachment is key to our freedom. Detachment can be key to recovering our sanity, coping with the chaos, and surviving the severe selfishness of a narcissist. More so, it can stop codependency from creeping into our lives and taking over. Too much victimization can lead to a very unhealthy victim mentality. If we stand in the same place, being victimized by the same situation, by the same person, then we mistakenly start to contribute to our own victimization. When practicing detachment, we get a chance to break off of the fixation on the narcissist, come up for oxygen, and see ourselves. We get a chance to feel our feelings, face our losses and grief, heal our hurts, overcome our pain, and transform our circumstances. Even if the narcissist caused the hurt, we are responsible for healing and dealing with our own pain. We must take responsibility for our healing journey and not hope for the narcissist to repair our broken hearts. This is actually how some trauma bonds are created. So be careful getting relief from relationship pain through the narcissist. Note: detaching is an act of self care. Detachment gives us separation from the problem so we can see solutions. Detachment is a form of separation, but it's an easier first step to just see yourself as separate sometimes. You don't have to take drastic action unless that's what's needed and called for in your situation. You can plan, strategize, and build a foundation of support before being brave and acting boldly on your behalf. You can gather courage through connection with others who have had to face the dilemma of marriage to a narcissist or the destruction of a relationship due to lies and betrayals. You can hear stories of strength, take away hope, and learn how they overcame it. Detachment is a powerful tool and often the first step in a healing direction. Detaching is a choice. It is a choice that we must make consciously for our own benefit. It is a life skill that we need to practice and learn. First, we start by being willing to detach, even if just a little. By detaching, we recover energy for ourselves, our life, and our children. We give ourselves a chance to feel joy and happiness again. We can make healthy, mature decisions even if the narcissist won't or can't. We can get help even if the narcissist denies that there are problems. We can stop contributing to the hardships in life. We can move on past problems and step towards solutions. We can heal even if the narcissist never makes this choice for himself. We matter too, and our choices matter. Wisdom says we can't wait for the narcissist to admit he was wrong. Wisdom says we can't believe liars who claim to now tell the truth. Wisdom says we can't expect the narcissist to fix the damage he has done. Wisdom says we can't hold on waiting for the narcissist to apologize to us to start healing from the hurts he caused. Wisdom says we must act boldly to help ourselves and block out any and all negative messages from the narcissist. Wisdom says we need to seek support to endure this, be resilient, and return to stability and our sanity. Painful attachments to the narcissist leads to problems. The fact is, it's painful to be attached to a self-centered, cold, and uncaring narcissist. It hurts to be hooked on someone that causes continual unhappiness and disappointment. We can't cure mental illness or personality disorders. It's sad to witness another lying to themselves or allowing depression and or self-harm to go untreated. It's infuriating to watch someone lie to themselves that they don't have a problem. Being enmeshed with a narcissist is unhealthy to even the healthiest of us. Being exposed to continual disrespect shatters both self-worth and self-esteem. Watching someone's downfall and depression is also very depressing to us. Being connected in any way to someone who lies, criticizes, and gaslights us is not good for our mental health. Nor is it good to be too close to someone who is chronically negative or acting narcissistic. Manipulation and crazy making can cause feelings of insanity in caring partners like us who just want to help. The truth is, liars can't be trusted, no matter how much they apologize when caught. Promises from liars to be truthful can't be relied on. So, us using denial to believe a narcissist lies and quote unquote subscribing to his lies diminishes us. If we do this, we not only naturally lose trust in the narcissist, but also in ourselves. A relationship that has any of these elements is harmful, very unhealthy, and needs an intervention. Toxic, codependent, narcissist, or empath narcissist relationships often need to be completely stopped because it's actually abusive to the empath or the codependent in nature. We must face the facts. Not all relationships can be healed. When only one of us is doing the necessary, honest self work to better our lives while the other loafs, lies, and denies problems, it's not even a partnership. We are more like a prisoner of love or a hostage. We can't carry a relationship solely on our broken backs. It takes two committed, caring, loving, responsible, accommodating, and communicating people to engage in a healthy relationship. If one person refuses to communicate, especially about important issues, then we can't relate. If we do most of the giving and the narcissist does most of the taking, it's not a balanced relationship and resentment will brew. What can we do when we find ourselves in a relationship with a narcissist that's unhealthy and one sided? We can detach. We can exercise our right to detach mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically, and spiritually. We can detach and set boundaries, even what I call self boundaries or self rules. We can step into the solutions of self preservation, self help, self care, self love, self respect, self work, and self partnering. As I always say, self work is some of the most important work that we need to do. When holding on doesn't help the relationship and is not healthy, it's often critical to detach to save ourselves. Toxic relationships can be life threatening, especially to a caring codependent or empath. The bottom line is we must practice self preservation. In the long run, holding on tightly doesn't always save the relationship. Investing more time, energy, and resources doesn't always pay out. If we continue in a toxic relationship, we can lose more precious years of our lives while becoming more unhealthy and maybe even having more kids caught up in this mess. There can be more years of pain ahead to those of us who hold on with a tight grip. That's the reality. Holding on can drain us in more ways than one, crippling us emotionally while simultaneously suffocating the relationship. Wisdom says we need to detach from the narcissist to have energy for our children. In hopes of remaining attached or getting what we want or think we deserve for all the years of selfless service to the narcissist, we might do all kinds of self sabotaging behavior. We might lose our common sense and logic and insist that we get a healthy, happy relationship from an ill, sick, selfish, or personality disordered man. NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, is a personality disorder. Sometimes holding on can even destroy our physical health. To keep holding on to the narcissist or keep holding on to our demands, the bottom line is we can't get a healthy relationship from an unhealthy personality disordered narcissist. Getting involved with the narcissist drama can rob us of our emotional energy that we need for our lives, our work, or our kids. Ask yourself, are you emotionally available to your children or family members? Are you emotionally hurting over the narcissist and wrapped up in your own pain, unable to be there for your family or your children's pain or suffering? If it's time for you to detach and survive, read and learn my 3 keys that are in this part 2 video, which are based on my 15-year relationship with an alcoholic narcissist and over 20 plus years in Al Anon, CODA, ACOA recovery programs, doing narcissistic healing abuse therapy, and other healing programs. For over a decade now, I am thankful to be detached and living my life free of alcoholism, free of the narcissist disrespect, and out of a toxic relationship. I saved my life with detachment, and you can too. You can learn how I detach with love. Be sure to read my disclaimer. So, if you're coming to video number 2 to hear my 3 keys and all my bonus keys, there's several bonus keys, and I also have my 3D approach. If you are co parenting or forced to co parent with a narcissist, my 3D approach to dealing with the narcissist and how to do that approach can be so simple but so helpful to help you just move on from anything the narcissist is doing or isn't doing that really upsets you. And so, learn that in my next video. If you're watching, welcome to my work. You can come to my website to get to know what I do. You can read my blog to see what my message is about getting peace and protection for children. I aim to be a light in the darkness of this dilemma. If you love an alcoholic or a narcissist, please don't beat yourself up. Get the support you need. You can like and subscribe to this video or this podcast to hear more of my free tips, tools, and strategies. You can come to my blogs that have all of my guides that are in all 5 of my books for moms, 3 books for women. My newest book has most of my newest strategies, so you can pick that up on Amazon. It also includes my How to Heal from Narcissistic Abuse, or you can get this from my blog and just get this PDF and this video. There is also, if you find it, in the blogs, a 200 ways to break from trauma bonds, to break away, to heal from trauma bonds to the narcissist or the alcoholic. And I believe that our healing can happen. It might be complex. We might have PTSD. There might be a lot of pain, but we can heal from some of that pain, learn from the pain, recycle the pain, make something useful out of it. So, think about how you're going to fully heal from narcissistic abuse and take responsibility for your healing. You can read this guide and find my Break Trauma Bond video. I do have a new podcast on Spotify. If you're a mom forced to co parent or in a custody battle, you can subscribe there. And a new nonprofit foundation that I'm going to found that will help mothers, concerned mothers in a custody battle with a narcissist, get support that they need. If you're a loving, caring, protective mother, your ex is a narcissist, the nonprofit should be able to help with some programs, support groups, mentoring, and that will start in 2025. So go to Amazon to find my books and maybe read some of the look inside. 2 of my books are on Amazon Audible. And I always say, don't focus on the narcissist. Focus on your kids if you have them. They're going to need your emotional energy, your attention. They also will probably need to heal from narcissistic abuse. And as I always say to the moms, we go first. What we do affects our children directly and indirectly. So the healthier we are, the better chance they have. I believe that children can thrive even with one healthy parent. I know our child is from all the interventions, buffers, boundaries, and firewalls that I put in place. Your sanity, I say, is your key to getting through this. If you don't have children with a narcissist, I hope you still listen to part 2 video because those will be the keys to detach from the narcissist, to save your sanity, possibly your life, and never end up in a family court battle. Hopefully, this video is reaching you before you go into this. Family court with a narcissist, use my Get the Right Lawyer guide. It's in 2 of my books as bonus chapters, the first one and the Tame the Narcissist book. There's another video, the one thing not to say to the narcissist, if you're using my skillful means and gray walling strategy, you will learn things that you can do and can't do that will cause drama. And remember, the narcissist thrives in drama. And I always teach that the way a narcissist typically wins against a mother in a custody battle or co parenting is to emotionally destabilize the target. of blame. And if we are the target of blame, if we broke up with them, if we won't accept their hoovering, love bombing, breadcrumbing, if we are saying no in any way and they're offended, their ego is hurt or bruised, or they're raging, then we might experience some of their backlash and be their target of blame. And I teach moms how to stop being the target of blame so that we are not constantly being attacked by our co parent. So I do have a Navigate the Narcissist co-parenting video course. It's 11 videos to get a foundation on your custody case so that you're not making mistakes, you're safeguarding your case against false PA claims and more, that you're getting proper representation and you're using strategy to do everything. So find my video course or subscribe to my newsletter, my free Substack email newsletter that does have a podcast with it. And I always say to moms to start with the first book, Co-Parenting with a Narcissist, 7 Self-Rules to Stay Sane. Circle those chapter headings and focus on those. There's a bonus chapter 8. If you lost custody of your child to the narcissist or the alcoholic, there's a chapter about staging a comeback. And I do have an update in there of how I staged a comeback after losing. So welcome to my work. If you need this, you can find my 2 groups. I have several groups on Facebook that are private for moms. And in those groups, we have a Stronger Together Zoom support group that runs like 3 weeks. We cover topics from stress to strategic, from reactionary to responsive. And we're always stronger together. We get courage through connection. So if you join my mom's Facebook groups that are private, look in the events section to find the link to sign up for that. I do have a Document the Narcissist when co-parenting or in a high conflict custody battle. If you're not co-parenting with a narcissist or have children with a narcissist, I still say document, because you don't want to fall into nostalgia and forget the terrible things that he did to you. Make sure those terrible things are on your nightstand 1 through 10. If there's no children, to read any of the cheating, betrayals, lies, so that you can keep that memory very fresh and not have selective memory of only the good things the narcissist does. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in part 2 video.